This blog post explains how to load data from Microsoft Azure Cloud Storage to SAP BW/4HANA using SAP Business Objects Data Services as the ETL tool. This is made possible by leveraging the SAP Advanced Data Store Object Modeling artifact. A private or corporate Azure account is required, along with a storage account, containers, access keys and shared access signatures. Once these components are set up, a blob container can be created within the Azure Storage account to hold files for processing from data services or other external platforms. Azure Blob Storage allows storing any type of document within the container type blob. The files can be uploaded manually or through Microsoft Automate tool. The files in the blob container can be accessed through the Microsoft Storage Explorer, which can be downloaded and installed on the workstation. To access these files from the SAP Data Services platform, a shared access signature, SAS, needs to be generated. The SAS can be generated for an individual blob or at the container level to enable access to any file within the container. Shared access signature URI. The generated SAS URIs for the below screenshot needs to be copied in the shared access signature URI section within the file location creation section in Data Services. Follow the below steps in Data Services connection setup. The next step is setting up the connection within Data Services platform from the Designer workbench. In the File Locations option of the Format section, one can create the location pointing to the remote server on the Azure cloud. Data Services connection setup. Within the Data Services platform in the Format section under the File Locations, we need to create a new file location that points to the Azure Cloud Storage file blob/storage container. The authorization type needs to be set as file, blob, SAS if the connection must be pointed to a single file/blob within the storage account. Pointing the authorization type to container SAS will give access to all the files/blobs within the Azure Cloud Storage. Also, if there is a proxy host within the network, this needs to be specified in the proxy section. The generated SAS URI needs to be put in this section so that the connection points to the file located in the Azure Cloud Storage. Create a flat file and put the location and the file to the previously created file location source. ETL layer. Business Objects Data Services Batch Job. The Business Objects Data Services job comprises an initialization of variables for populating the file name and few other housekeeping steps relevant for the scheduling of the Data Services job. In one of the data flows executions, the data will be pushed into the write interface enabled ADSO. BW, Advanced Data Store Object, ADSO with BW/4HANA 2.0. SAP has introduced a new functionality/property in the definition of an ADSO. This property is called Write Interface Enabled. When enabled on a standard ADSO or a staging ADSO, only in bound table, the info provider can be exposed within Data Services as a target object for data loading. Consuming ADSO in Data Services data flow. Create a data store pointing to the BW/4HANA system. Import the ADSO from the connected BW/4HANA system into the data store. This is the illustration of the import by name, where the target needs to be selected. Advanced DSO is one of the object. Scheduling of batch job. Preview data load monitor and result conclusion. Hope the above illustration will help developers to quickly build a solution which will provide a platform for integrating non-SAP data from cloud environments with SAP BW/4HANA. There are many possibilities with this new ADSO functionality where developers can avoid designing a landing or staging layer within the BW system, instead push data directly into BW ADSO and consume the data directly in virtualization layer or transformation layer. Also, there are other ways to push data into SAP BW/4HANA ADSO, as illustrated in the below blogs. Attached here for reference.